Appreciate y'all boys tuning into another YouTube video. Khamzat Chimaev is the new middleweight champion of the world. He just absolutely dominated Dricus Du Plessis over the course of 5 rounds, 50-44. I'm surprised it wasn't like worse than that, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't because like Dricus is one of my guys, man. I love Dricus. But we got to talk about this main event, talk about what's next for the middleweight division, talk about what's next for a lot of more people on this card. Because I'm going to be real, bro. This card was a crazy card, bro. This main card over-delivered, and I'm not going to lie. We got a lot to talk about, so y'all boys lock in. First off, Khamzat 15-0 now. The second middleweight champion, the second person to become middleweight champion while undefeated. Chris Weidman was the first. Him and Ilya, they're both champions, both undefeated. I just saw a graphic of that, so now I think there are only 2 undefeated champions, and that's a cool graphic, like 32-0 combined record. Dricus, bro, he couldn't get up. He couldn't get up. He couldn't stop getting taken down. It kept happening. He got taken down within the first 20 seconds of pretty much every round. Mark Goddard gave Dricus chance after chance. He stood the fight up, even though Khamzat was trying to be fairly active. It's just not easy to do a lot against Dricus because he's so, he's tough to put away. He's not easy to just land damage on, but it's a net in here. But I gotta appreciate the martial arts because if you can't stop it, why would I stop doing it? And this is a guy Khamzat that far. Khamzat Chimaev, he has now realized his dream of being UFC champion. We feel like it's been long overdue, honestly, bro. We feel like it's been long overdue because we thought he would be champ years ago. We thought he would be welterweight champ, then, moved up to middleweight. Now he's champion at middleweight. And I'm not gonna lie, he's a force, bro. What could you even say about the man? I saw, the people booing, y'all wanted him to be champion. The whole build up to the fight, y'all wasn't giving DDP no respect. Y'all wouldn't let him talk. Y'all was disrespecting the man, just doing him all kinds of crazy ways. And then Khamzat's champion, then he's getting booed while he's in a post-fight interview. You wanted him as champion. Just because he didn't go out there and sub Dricus in the first round, like you said he was going to do, that doesn't mean, that doesn't take away from the performance. It was 50-44. Granted, it wasn't the most entertaining 50-44, but the thing is, he dominated the champion. Nobody was able to do that to Dricus. Dricus is a monster. Yes. So that was a weird moment. I know MMA fans, this is what they do. Cry if this goes this way, cry if it goes this way. I understand, bro. I've been in the community for a little minute, so I understand. But what's next for Khamzat? Honestly, bro, I would say Khamzat fights the winner of Imavov and Kyle, because I think that's what they're going to do anyway. That's a true number 1 contender fight. And Dricus Du Plessis, bro, being completely honest, this is the perfect time to do RDR versus Dricus for 5 rounds. Dricus, he's going to want to get back in there. He's going to want to be active. This is his second fight, so he's probably not going to fight again this year. He's usually on the same schedule, so I expect him to fight around January, February, around that time. And then, yeah, I expect that to happen. And once that happens, hopefully it's him versus RDR. But RDR, we don't know what's next for him. Or even Dricus versus Fluffy is an entertaining fight. And I would favor DDP in both those fights. But honestly, Khamzat Chimaev, he deserved it, bro. He's undeniable. His greatness, he's great, bro. You can't deny Khamzat anymore. If it goes past the first round, Dricus is done. If it goes past the second, Dricus is done. Bro, it just went past the first, it went past the second, it went past the third, it went past the fourth, and it went past the 5th game. Khamzat didn't gas. Khamzat dominated the whole fight, won every round, got a 10-8 in there. Didn't do crazy damage, did enough damage. Dricus' face was showing damage. But, dog, can't deny this man no more, bro. Khamzat can't be denied. Hurts me because I'm a big Dricus fan. But, bro, I love greatness. I love martial arts. I love when fighters just dominate. And that's what Khamzat did, bro. He's the new middleweight champion. And I feel like he's going to be the new middleweight champion for a little minute. And if he stays active, he could end up being the greatest of all time, bro. Because the way he fights, and it's not like he looked like a fish out of water on the feet. He landed some good strikes on the feet. But he didn't need to show anything on the feet, bro. Because Dricus got taken down at will so easily. That 5th round, bro, I'm going to be real. I started screaming, gang. I was like, bro, Dricus, bro, please, someone, please. Bro, I was going crazy, bro. I was going insane. Because, dude, I thought Dricus was going to pull it out of the fight. I thought Dricus Du Plessis was about to do it, bro. I did, but I knew Khamzat was just too, he's too good to go for that. He's too good to, get subbed right there with both hooks ain't even in, and he's too good. And I know he's in those positions, nonstop every single, day he trains. I know. So, man, it hurts, bro. It really does hurt because Dricus is my guy. But, man, Shout out Khamzat Chimaev, dominant force, a force to be reckoned with, the truth, and do not be surprised if he ends up going down as like a top 5 all-time fighter, bro. Especially after tonight, who beats him? You tell me, you let me know. Unless he tries to go back down to welterweight, has a bad weight cut, and ends up fighting like a bad matchup. That I just don't see him losing at middleweight and at 205. I don't know how that's going to look, but shout out Khamzat Chimaev and new. Let's talk about the co-main event. Lerone Murphy got it done by KO. All the memes, all the things, the disrespect that was said about Lerone Murphy was crazy. You know, like 34-year-old prospect, bro. Pico by KO. Like I don't understand how he was even an underdog in this fight. Him being an underdog is like outright disgusting by itself. And if you bet Lerone Murphy by KO, it was plus 650. Well, the last time I looked at it, so you're a very rich man and you're a smart man as well. Pico didn't look terrible. I'm gonna be real. I thought he hurt him early on, but Murphy is so safe defensively. He's so composed. And if you get reckless against Murphy, he's gonna make you pay. That is why I lean heavily on him, because I knew Pico he gets overzealous sometimes. He throws a lot of big punches. He reaches. He winds up. And I knew all these things. So that led me to thinking like Murphy's gonna counter him all night. And I said, do not be surprised if Lerone Murphy ends up getting the finish. And that's exactly what he did. Do not be surprised. And he ended up getting the finish in the very first round. You know, what's next for Murphy, bro? Give him Volk. Volk and Murphy is the obvious fight to make. If you're not making that fight, what are you doing? Because that's the obvious fight to make. How don't you make Murphy and Volk? You don't want Mazar fighting for the belt. Yair's not fighting for the belt. Who's there? Lerone Murphy. He just stepped in on 3 weeks' notice and saved a card, a co-main event for you, UFC. I'm talking to the UFC when I'm saying all this. UFC. He stepped in on 3 weeks' notice. Cut weight. He's not a small guy either. Cut weight against somebody who isn't even ranked, who hadn't even fought in the UFC before. He gained nothing from this fight. Accepted, gained nothing from this fight. He just went out there and delivered. Give this man a shot. He will be ranked inside the top 5. He will be next for the title. He should be next for the title. Volk just called him out. It's a crazy fight. Striker's delight. Lerone Murphy versus Volk. 5 rounds. Come on, dude. If you don't like fighting, you don't like that fight. But if you like fighting, you love that fight, dude. Murphy and Volk, 2 technical savants just going at it, just trying to out kickbox each other. You tell me you don't want to see that? Granted, I know both of them are like relatively point fighter, like more point fighter based, but they're really clean and they're really fun to watch. They're really like talented. I love that fight, you know? And if Murphy wins, could you imagine we get another champion that's from the UK? Come on, bro. And he, like, I know Murphy's 34, granted, so it's the perfect time, bro. It's the perfect time. So I say you do Murphy and Volk, and you do Pico. I would say give him somebody ranked in the featherweight division. Give him Dan Ige. Like, I would say do that. I mean, I feel like Dan Ige, this type of fight, Dan Ige will lose. I would say do Pico Ige, maybe. Like, or Pico Jackson, Montel Jackson. But I know they're going to give Pico a ranked opponent, but unless they do him like they did Patchy Mix. But Patchy Mix, you know, he didn't look good at all. Pico did look relatively well up until the KO. So I would say do Pico Ige, Murphy Volk. Smooth to this fight. Prates Neal. Prates with a spinning back elbow. We got back-to-back spinning back elbows game. This card, bro. This card game. Murphy, bro. Not Murphy. Prates, bro. I'm gonna be real. I still think he could be champ. I still do, bro. Like I know, call me crazy, bro, because I know he lost to Gary. But bro, he could put anybody's lights out at that weight class. He looks great on the feet. He moves well. He's not taking a lot of damage. And bro, I'm gonna be real. We saw glimpses. He almost had Gary out of there. Gary won the fight, granted. But dude, this man, he's a player in that division. I'm telling you now. He called his shot, and he's a W guy for shouting out his teammate, trying to get his teammate signed. W guy. Murphy did the same thing. W guy. Didn't mention it with Murphy, but they both did. W guys. Gotta love it. But he called out Leon Edwards, and yeah, Prates, you don't gotta do that, bro. You can stay away from Leon, twin. You can fight Buckley. Yeah, I say Prates Buckley. That makes more sense because ain't no point in fighting Leon. Leon fight Morales next anyway, so I think Prates can just fight Buckley. Co-man, he's gonna be the co-man in Brazil, and he deserves it. He called his shot, went out there, got a knockout unscathed, not a crazy big welterweight either, so it's not gonna be a crazy weight cut. That card is in October, I believe, or is it November? October or November, one of them. But it's gonna be a great fight night, bro. I'm telling you now. Charles Oliveira headlining, Prates co-main, bro. Oh my goodness! And you know the Brazilians, they come to bang. Brazil's gonna be going crazy for Charles, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Prates, you got to throw him in there with Joaquin Buckley, bro. I say Buckley in Brazil. They probably won't though. That is like because Prates probably go up like 1 or 2 spots. I think Neil was ranked like ahead of him by 1 spot, so I think he'll move up maybe 1 2 spots. So he'll probably be right inside the top 10 or right outside of it. I think he should be inside the top 10. So if he's inside the top 10, give him a fight up, bro, because this guy is really fun to watch. If people love him, I say you give him Joaquin Buckley, bro. And I don't know how long Buckley wants to be out because he did just fight in June. Yeah, he did just fight in June, so I don't know if he wants to really turn around, but I don't think he would turn down the fight if you know the UFC offered it to him. Then again, I don't know who he would fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he did end up fighting Leon, but I don't think Leon's going to go to Brazil and fight him. But then again, Leon's on a 2 fight losing streak, so he doesn't really have that much leverage. All I know is Carlos Prates, next time we'll see him, will be UFC Brazil. It's going to be an entertaining fight. This man comes to bang every single time out there. You got to love watching him. As for Jeff Neal, he's going to probably end up fighting down again. Uh, what's this division even looking like, bro? I don't even know what this division is looking like, bro. To be honest, like I don't know who you match up Neal with. You know, maybe D-Rod. You can do Jeff Neal versus Daniel Rodriguez. I don't think that would be a bad fight. You know, or you can maybe do Jeff Neal versus Gabriel Bonfim. But he's going to be out for a little minute, so it's no telling how the division is going to look when he comes back. That was a crazy cut he had on his face. But yeah, that's what I would do. Prates versus Buckley. I would do Neal versus D-Rod. And yeah, let's move to this fight. The next fight, Michael Venom Page, Jerry Cannonier. Michael Venom Page looked great in those first 2 rounds, bro. He made Jerry look silly. He dropped him a few times, and he just completely he dominated, bro. In the third round, made a mistake, ended up on his back, didn't get back up, got controlled. And Jared must be freakishly strong. MVP did say he was like crazy strong, bro. And Jared came from heavyweight, bro. You know, Jared is fucking feeling different, especially at middleweight, bro. But honestly, great performance by MVP. He said he still has his sights set on welterweight. I don't think he should, though. I think he should just worry about middleweight. It's less wrestlers at middleweight. You know, welterweight, those guys are going to wrestle him more unless he goes like the welterweight to fight like a Prates, maybe. Like, I ain't gonna lie, MVP Prates, bro. Come on, bro. MVP Prates, come on, bro. I ain't saying no to that. But honestly, I would do MVP. If he stays at a middleweight, I would do MVP versus Robert Whitaker. I would do that. If he goes to welterweight, my MVP versus Prates, bro, because he's going to be ranked top 9. So either way it goes, whoever beats him probably is going to be ranked inside the top 10. So that's what I would do. I would do welterweight, him versus MVP versus Prates, and middleweight, him versus Rob. And Cannonier, I don't know, man. He's going to have to be a gatekeeper. He's going to be fighting these up-and-coming guys who's just not getting into the rankings. I would say you give Cannonier the winner of a Boost and Joe Pyfer. I think that's a good matchup. I think that's and for 5 rounds because Cannonier is going to rule the Apex. They put him on this card. You know, MVP is going to be on a lot of pay-per-view cards. Cannonier going to go back to the Apex. Going to get some fights. He's going to turn back some contenders trying to get their rankings. But shout out Jerry Cannonier. Didn't look bad, but MVP is just too fast. Tim Elliott just absolutely ran through Kai Sakura. Like, the fight wasn't really competitive. Like, I'm going to be real. It was competitive. The first round was really competitive, bro. But then Tim Elliott, the second round, he was tagging him with the left hand. You know, he was really like he took him down in the first round and took him down the second and got a choke. Like, it's crazy how far you go with so little grappling. Kyle Sakura's grappling is so bad, bro. And he was a rising champ. MMA promotion. He was a champ. He beat Manel Kopp. I know Kopp is mainly a striker though. So there you go. But dog, I'm being completely honest. This dude, like, if he lose again, you gotta let him go, right? You know, you like gotta let him go. But let's talk about Tim Elliott because he got the win and he deserved it. Gritty vet, Unk still got it. Fought DJ, man. People forget, man. Off the Ultimate Fighter, he fought DJ, man. But Tim Elliott, he's something to watch, bro. He's definitely a fighter of all time. Like, his style is so weird. Like, I don't even think sometimes he know what he's doing. But you can tell he legit trains like that because it works for him. He was landing on Kai. He subbed Kai, got him out of there. Like, Tim Elliott's that guy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Gotta give love to Tim Elliott. He's gonna be ranked inside the top 10 now, I think. I say you do Tim Elliott versus let's do Alex Perez, Tim Elliott, bro. I ain't gonna lie, let's do that, bro. I think we run that. I was gonna say Urseg. I'm not mad at that either. But I would say either if it's not Urseg, do Tim Elliott versus Alex Perez, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Alex Perez has been around a little minute too. Kyle Sakura, I say you give him a striker. Yeah, I say you give him a striker next and put him on the pay-per-view prelims because now he's a name, but You just don't throw him on main cards anymore, bro. And he's not gonna headline Apex or any fight night because he might still be ranked number 15. I don't know, but he shouldn't go down crazy. But even if he goes down, he's gonna be out of ranking. So I don't know. I don't know what you do with Kaiser Curry, bro. I would say give him like a striker match, like against Charles Johnson. I know Charles Johnson is booked to fight Lonnie Kavanaugh next week, but I think that's a fun matchup. I really do. Like you can't really give him no exciting matchups because well you could. It's flyweight. Steve Ursa followed up like 3 times. Was going to be 4 against Alex Perez and ended up fighting down against Ode Osborne. So I mean it's definitely possible Kaiser Curry could fight up again. But I would say you do him versus like a Charles Johnson, someone outside of the rankings. Like give him a striker, somebody who has like who's going to stand with him the majority of the time. Because Tim Elliott, we knew if he got taken down, Tim probably was going to keep him there, end up getting a sub. Shout out Tim Elliott. He took a long layoff too. He fought last fight was in 2023 before this. Comes back, gets an impressive win over somebody who just fought for the belt. Granted, I know he shouldn't have been in there, but finished him. He did what he had to do. Shout out Tim Elliott. Bison Girl Sister Kayev, good performance, bro. He weathered the storm early. Eric Nolan usually doesn't fight at middleweight, but moved up short notice. And shout out both of these warriors for moving us for fighting on short notice. Bison Girl, you know he fought on Tuesday. He fought again on Saturday. Eric Nolan, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Eric Nolan, he was a champ in some other promotion. Welterweight champ. I ain't gonna lie, he's talented, bro. He's really good. He had him hurt in the first round. Second round, got grappled, got taken down, got choked out. But I'm not really holding much weight on this because Eric Nolan stepped up on short notice just to save, like, just so Bison Gur could have an opponent. And shout out both of these guys. They're both warriors. And Bison Gur, give him, like, you're going to have to build him up. He's 10-0, build him up. Eric Nolan, like, once again, don't have a lot of fights. Build him up. Don't just give him nobody, like, we just going to go down now because Olin Shaysha got a KO win. Like I said he was going to do. Jared Mearshart, I don't know. Like, honestly, like, he got the Anthony Smith record going on. And Miha Olin called out Vittori. Why not just give him fucking Vittori? But it's middleweight. Like, it's outside under the top 12 in middleweight. Who gives a fuck? Lupi Godinez, bro. She won the first 2 rounds really convincingly. And then she, like, started getting her face beat in the third round. Hey, Auntie still got it, man. Auntie still got it. Nah, for real, though. I say Lupi, she's going to have to move her way up. Andrade, you know, she's up and down weight classes. So, like I said, she's the female RDA, bro. She was champ, but now she just loses to a lot of people. Yeah. Alexander Hernandez, he KO'd Chase Hooper. I'm gonna be real. Chase Hooper has some of the worst striking defense I've seen in my life, and his chin isn't that good to have that bad of striking defense. That's really bad, and that rape made me really mad, bro. I'm gonna be real, cause it's like every time Hernandez threw big shots, Chase Hooper would just do like something like this, and it looked really bad, and he was still in range. I knew he was gonna get caught. I didn't know he was gonna get knocked out, and I picked him to win this fight. He got knocked out in the very first round. The referee, Jason Herzog, you're becoming one of the worst, my guy. I'm not saying the stoppage is bad. I'm just saying you're really inconsistent. If you're going to stop a certain fight like that, you got to stop that fight with Muhammad Yahya and Stephen Nguyen. You don't let that fight get 6, 7 knockdowns. You don't do that. You stop that fight. Be consistent with your stoppages. You could let that fight last an extra 2 seconds, gang. 2 seconds, 1 second. Like, as soon as he stopped the fight, the bell rung. Like, I just don't understand that. The ref should know, like, what the time is looking like. They should know, like, what's going on. You get a fighter a chance, but it is what it is. Not mad at the stoppage, just mad at the inconsistency from the ref. Jakar Close beats Essen Barboza. Barboza, you know, it's a competitive fight, but Barboza did lose. I thought he did lose, and Jakar Close, you know, he landed some big right hands. Could have probably got him out of there if he would have opened up more in the striking. Jakar Close, good win. Karine Silva, she shouldn't have won this fight, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest. She did not. She wasn't supposed to win this fight. Deanna Barboza was supposed to win this fight. She didn't, though, but I thought she clearly won this fight. Karine Silva, like, she's back in the win column. That would have been her second straight loss. Deanna Barboza, I'm going to be real, bro. She won this fight. Like, I picked Karine Silva to win, but Barboza won this fight 100%. Joseph Morales is the Ultimate Fighter winner. Alibi Idris, he kind of got shut down everywhere. He got outstruck, got outdogged, and he got choked out. And shout out Joseph Morales. It's his second stint in the UFC. 30-0. Yes, 30-0. So shout out Joseph Morales. And I'm my links down below in the Discord, my Instagram, my X, my everything, TikTok. Go follow me everywhere, bro. I appreciate y'all boys tuning in to another video, man. I'm gonna keep these videos coming every single time event happen, single time a pay-per-view happen, anything, bro. I'm keeping these videos coming. But I appreciate y'all boys tuning in to another video. I love y'all. And as always, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.